Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and children of all ages, I'm your host with the most attractive voice in all of Twitch.tv. My name is WeBoneXBlaze, but you can call me Dante Callahan, and tonight we are live here in New Mexico for a very special episode of Ggw Voltage. This is the first time in over 2 months that we've been here for Ggw's longest running television show, Ggw Voltage, here on now Tuesday nights. For those who don't remember, before the International Super Tour, it was moved to Tuesdays ever since Oblivion took over Mondays. But what a night we have in store for you tonight, because we not only find out who will be joining Elijah Starks, but we find out two men that will be joining Elijah Starks and Trey Watkins in the first ever 6-man TLC matchup. As tonight we will see two triple threat matches. Has Vince Six, Trey Adonis, and Stefan Woodley, each man representing their respective factions of the Stronghold, the Crew, and Loyalty Embassy battle it out here tonight. Along with that, we also see another triple threat action as Joey Young, Alistair Vexley, and Chris Woods also compete to make history in that TLC match at Supremacy. Along with that, don't forget, because in our main event, for the first time in over a year, Kei Sasaki returns to in-ring action. As we saw back during the INST, Kei Sasaki made his internet-breaking return at Wrestle Jikoku in the Tokyo Dome. Along with that, we hear from William Jackson as he explains attempts to defend his despicable acts against Kenji Kirishima the previous night. Along with that, can't forget Alex Ball. Both as a mystery opponent of Alex Ball wins, he will be able to challenge for the GGW Pure Championship. We also get an update on the condition of Angelo Diaz tonight, as EVP Blaze gets to go backstage and via satellite call check in with Angelo Diaz, who is currently back in his homeland recovering at one of the best medical facilities. Also, can't forget, the Hollywood megastar is here in New Mexico as we hear from him later tonight. And you can't forget it, because Jaden Blake has arrived in the arena, and he patiently awaits the man who ruined his opportunity to go back to back. But what a night we have in store for you, and continue to stay tuned, because the show is only just getting started. But we start off with triple threat action. Trey Adonis takes on Stefan Woodley and the man known as Vince Six next. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not any of those men's theme song. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Zero Leoba. Ladies and gentlemen, I mentioned Kei Sasaki Olio and Silva Leoba, the man who Kei Sasaki came back to confront, challenged him for supremacy, but Silva simply walked out. What does Silva have to say? The man who was the runner-up in a 2025 King's Road Rumble, the man who was one mistake away from edging his name in greatness. I wonder what is going through the mind, what is going through the heart of Silva Leoba.
One mistake. I eliminated Jaden Blake. I fought with every fiber of my being. I had it all planned out. I was going to toss the CLA double S PAR out of that ring. And I was supposed to be the winner. But of course, what do, Shiro? You talk about how you're not gonna be like your father. But not only did you take one stupid step he would do, you ripped it and made a fucking sequel to his book! A lot of you don't understand how I feel. You may say that you do, but you don't. 7 times. 7 grueling, painful, and demoralizing times. I have fought, scratched and clawed and bleed to win the coveted prize. And I never could win. It was either it was stripped away from me, or I was cheated out. But the thing that made me sick to my stomach that day was you people. You cheered him like he was a hero. Like he wore the cape. Before he ever donned the title of hero, I was the ace. It wasn't him. It wasn't no Emerald Ace. It was me. The title was my birthright. And it was taken by this cruel world from me.
You deserve it. You deserve it.
So you all want to hear it? I have no plan for supremacy. Last supremacy, I was the one fighting for each one of you. Fighting against the cruel demon of my world. I succeeded. But you people look at me as if I'm the one that turned my back's on you. I did what I had to. You don't understand what it's like to get desperate. I had everything taken from me. My friends, my gold, my family has all been stripped away, and all I have is this mortal body that I compose. When I heard my body hit the ground, it felt like a shotgun straight through my skull into the neurons of my brain. Because that's when I realized that the one chance that I had of fighting Justin Carter at the main event of Supremacy, it was gone. But the funny part is it seems to be a reoccurring theme that a pillar takes something that I want. No longer Will Shirorioba have things taken from people that are unworthy? You wanna know what something Carter said that was right? I am privileged. Because I am the birth of this wrestling division! When there was nobody, and I mean nobody who ever trusted this company to make it past the first week, I cutted you speeches like I cared and poured my heart out to every single one of you, but you, Chair, you still deserve everything that's happened to you. Well, you all have gotten what you've wanted. Shurioba will not be at supremacy. And I will never, never, ever become Ggw World Champion.
Queso sake. Queso sake. Queso sake. Queso sake.
You all think that I'm gonna give what you want? You know the name that you chant? You wanna know what happened to him to the last time we fought? People remember? I embarrassed him. I made him taste my boot and I spit in his face with a title that was deemed mine. You wanna know what you people don't understand? That there's a reason I should have never, ever made him my student is because he's failed! Just like me. You wanna know why I walked out of that building? It's because I will never ever in my life fight Kei Sasaki again, no matter how many times you chant his name. Because you don't deserve it! Not him, you! You all took my family, spirit, and turned it into a plaything that you all can enjoy! How does it feel that you are being stripped of something that you wish that you had? It makes you feel lonely. It makes you feel like you need to do something. But I'm here to announce myself. Shurioba will not be at supremacy, no shape or form. Because I deliberately quit on myself. And I, my heart, my soul, and the title of being the ace has quit the Golden Gates and has shut and put a keychain that nobody will find a lock for. Because I am done! Done with you! Done with Jaden Blake! Done with Justin Carter! Done with Justin Clasper! I am done feeding into your games! Until you realize what it's like to suffer! Shurioba will never compete for the Golden Gate ever again! You all did this. You all made this monster that I've become. You will learn to live with it. Just like I have. Now get this putrid mic out of my face.
Ladies and gentlemen, Shurioba storming out now. Did Cyril just say the dreadful words? Has Shurioba truly quit GGW? Ladies and gentlemen,
Everything I've ever fought for. That sign. That sign that
leaving towards the side exit.
I died. I'm being your hero. And you will call upon my name like I'm a past fairy tale. All of you. Every single one of you.
As we see Suilioba exit the arena, I am being told we move on to the regularly scheduled contest. Hopefully we find up updates here tonight as the story evolves and develops. But ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a triple threat match. Introducing first, representing the Royalty Embassy. Trey Adonis. Ladies and gentlemen, as we saw last night, Trey Adonis's right-hand man, fellow member of the Royalty Embassy, Elijah Starks, qualified for the TLC match. Now imagine what would happen if Adonis also qualifies. Perhaps maybe ladies and gentlemen, imagine what kind of plan it will be. The advantage will be for the Royalty Embassy if Adonis is able to qualify. Now, since he has his man in there with him. Trey Watkins might not know what hits him in that TLC match when he runs up on Trey Adonis and Elijah Starks. You never know what kind of master plan the master manipulator Trey Adonis has in mind. But what you do know is that where Adonis goes, the embassy ain't far behind. As this faction warfare continues here in GGW. Nazil, oh my god. And interesting next, his opponent, representing the Stronghold. From Newcastle upon Tyne, England, Stefan Woodley. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Stefan Woodley, the catch-as-can style disciple, former tag team champion Stefan Woodley, looking to bring the flyweight title to the Stronghold. As we saw, Trey Adonis had a little bit of a run-in with AJ Cannon a few weeks ago, and now Woodley looking to follow through. It's Rockefeller's theme. And interesting next, lastly, from Los Angeles, California, representing the crew, Vince Six. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Vince Six returns to GGW Broadcasting as he represents him and Nick Angel's collaboration of the crew. Last time we saw Vince Six, he was in action against his own father, Tommy Six, in which he challenged Tommy for the King of Genesis Championship. But tonight, Vince, we're gonna find his way into TLC. You gotta think, Vince's entire family is all over the card. As we know, his uncle Ryan Osborne, proud member of the Gregory Cohen talent agency. His father, Tommy Six, a Rock and Hall of Famer. His godfather, Chris Winnowes. Wrestling is in this man's bloodline. May not be very good wrestling, but it's still wrestling nonetheless. But here we go in this three-way dance of factions. The Loyalty Embassy, the Stronghold, and the crew here tonight. Only one of these men will go on to supremacy to fight for the king. Oh, no. Fight for the TLC flyweight match.